Well, here we go again. Another walk, photography trip, and unusually, I've already been walking for about an hour, so normally I start my vlogs at the beginning of the walk, but I thought I'd try something a bit different. So I've been walking about an hour, and I started off in a village in North Wales called Rowan, which I know reasonably well, because when we were kids we used to stay in a caravan park quite close by. But I'm coming back to a place. I'm sorry, I'm actually going to go over style here, so bear with me. Coming back to a place that I remember visiting when I was maybe 8 or 9, and we walked up from the caravan park, and that's 40 years ago. And it's St. Cullinan's Church. So I've not seen this place for 4 decades, and I have a distinct memory in my childhood of what it was like. But I thought I'd come along. I'm actually doing a kind of about an 8-mile circular walk, but I saw this church on the route and I thought it'd be nice to come back and visit, see, maybe get some photos. It's meant to, you can probably see already, it's a Monday in November, at the end of November. It's quite warm, but it was just a blanket of cloud, which is unfortunate because it's meant to be sunny today. But let's go and have a look at the church, see what we can see. I have a very clear memory of walking up here with my dad and my brothers and sisters and coming to visit. So it's quite nice to come back and share it with you. But you can see there's quite a wall around the place. So I've got to find the gate. I remember the walk up and I remember the church quite well, but I don't remember if it's photogenic. It's quite a simple church, but I'll probably take a couple anyway, just because it's a nice record to have, and you never know. Let's go. Where's the gate? Oh, the gate's round here. So, but apparently, where the gate is, there used to be a tavern, so that people walking across the mountains, because this is a, you might be able to see here, there's 2 walls there, this is a route across the mountains. So there used to be a tavern here, which I think is quite interesting, the fact that there was a church and a pub. But here we go. Danger, uneven ground. Oh, it's open 18th, oh, next one, 16th of December. So, big gate, big walls. Let's go in and have a look. I imagine it's locked because it's the nature of things nowadays, isn't it? That unfortunately places have to be locked. So, but there we go, it's a church. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find a place to set up and get a nice maybe an eerie image. But apparently there's a well in the corner that has mystical properties and can heal sick children. But anyway, here we go. Let's see if the church is locked. Thieves beware. Ooh, it's open. Wow, it is open. Very, very simple. Well, there you go. The GoPro's probably going mad trying to pick up any kind of light in here. But there we go. Really, really simple church. Nice to be back after 40 years. Had a wander around the church. It's quite nice, very simple inside. I don't know yet whether the GoPro would have picked up the change of lights from going out to in, but I took a couple of images on my phone, so if the GoPro doesn't work, I'll have edited those in earlier on just so you can see what it looked like inside. But very, very, very simple. Signed the visitor's book, but it's weird to think it's 40 years. And I remember, so we stayed down here. We used to stay in this caravan park, and I remember walking up with my dad and my brothers and sisters, and it must have been the autumn because we were picking damsons in the lane on the way up. But it's weird to be back. Anyway, I had a wander around within the kind of the churchyard. I couldn't really find an angle that showed what I wanted to show, because I want the image to show that the church is kind of in the mountains and a little bit isolated. So I came out, obviously, and I like the fact there's a kind of big wall, I guess. I don't know, is it to keep the sheep out or is it to keep people in? If the sermon's particularly boring on a Sunday, maybe they lock the gates and don't let people out. But I've come to this angle here because I like the fact you can see the wall going in two directions with the church, and this wall leads up to that peak over there. Now I can't fit it all in one shot, so I'm going to have to take two shots. And there's this kind of quite spectacular tree here. I guess that's ancient. I'm trying to avoid that a little bit as well at the moment. So I'll talk you through and show you the setup. So here's, obviously you've got the wall going in that direction and that direction. So I've got the church set up. So I'm exposing for the sky because it's quite bright. There is actually a little bit of colour coming in the sky. So I'm going to take that one there. Actually took two then, but that's by the by. And then not a massive turn, but just to get the end of the wall in. And then one there. So what I'll have is kind of that image. I might try one with this tree, and just to show kind of the nature and the church. And then once I've done that, I'm going to pack up and head on further on my walk. So it's probably another 6.5 miles to do. So better get moving. I've made it to Taliban Trig Point, so the top of the peak. Quite a climb, quite steep. One of those where kind of never seems to end. So just I kept on plugging away. But as I was coming up, met 3 people going down. They said, "There's no view up there." And they weren't wrong at the moment. But I think the sun is attempting to burn off some of the mist. So what I'm going to do, go on the other side of that wall, get out the wind, have my soup and sandwiches, see what happens in the next 20 minutes, half an hour. Oh look, actually that's quite atmospheric, isn't it? The mist blowing up. Nice soup and sandwiches, and a bonus, Eccles cake. I love Eccles cakes. Anyway, what a difference. It's only 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and the cloud has lifted, and we've got a lovely view into the Conway Valley. So I don't know if you'll be able to pick it out, but there's a sliver of the River Conway coming around the corner there, and I'm using that at the moment. I've put my gloves on, put 2 extra coats on and my gloves because it's cold up here. But I need to take my gloves off to show you this. So using these rocks in the foreground, there's foreground interest, so that's here, and then the light is just occasionally picking out the valley and the river. So it's doing it now. So I'm taking my reading off the valley and the river for, hopefully that's the brightest part. Sorry, I've got to put my glove back on because it's freezing. It's really, really cold. So I'm trying to get an image with just the light, which is occasionally cutting through the clouds and shining onto the river. It's doing it again now. So that might be quite atmospheric. Got my got my new filter in, so 3rd time lucky, and a couple of people have said, did the filters break because they're very brittle? No, so 100% my fault. Once, the first time I smashed them on a rock, second time the camera blew over, so no criticism of the filters from 84.5. It was entirely my own fault. So I'm going to kind of persevere with this, trying to take this image down in the valley when the sun comes out, and then I'm thinking about that way. Now at the moment it's not very kind of photogenic because the sun is there, but if I get a bit of cloud spilling off, it'd be quite nice. So some mist coming down that valley as well, so that might make it quite nice. So I'm going to hang around here for a bit and keep shooting. I'm well on my way back now, so I'm about 3/4 of the way around the walk. So Taliban is up that way, and I come down and that way. So you can see lots of blue sky up there now, and kind of broken cloud. But I've stopped here, which is an ancient burial chamber, and it's amazing. I find these sort of things fascinating. So I'll let you have a bit of a look. So I don't think there's anybody in there now, but kind of look at that. Amazing. And think of the work that it took, the effort, kind of to get that rock on top of those. It's just stunning. And if there's other standing stones, and there's a couple over the other side, one of which someone has scratched their name on. But if it's the same age as those, this is 4,000 years old, which I just think is incredible. But anyway, I'm trying to take an image of it, which is proving challenging, but I'll show you what I'm trying to do. So kind of here's the chamber, and I'm just trying to show the Conway Valley in the background. The challenge is there's not really any light or any interest in the background. There's obviously a blue sky, but that's a bit as good as it gets. So if I expose for the sky, it goes very dark. But I'm going to just take that, and there's a slither of the River Conway over there. But I'm going to try a couple of different angles. I was on F11 and I focused on the chamber, and I've got my filter in just to kind of darken the sky a bit. But it's not actually that bright because it's just blue. It's a bit of mist in the valley. But I'm not sure what angle I could get. I'm thinking if I got... you'll have noticed as well, there's absolutely no wind blowing now. Thinking kind of this angle, but the background's just dull. But there's a bit of a path, so I might use this path. There's a bit of a line leading up to the chamber. But I just thought you'd be interested in seeing the chamber, and hopefully I get a couple of images that are decent. And then I'll carry on my walk. I think that will be that. Walking along this beautiful ancient lane, stone walls on both sides. Look at these trees. But I'm soon back onto a proper lane down into Rowan, so I thought I'd talk to you while I was coming along here. It's a bit rocky. The two guys on motorbikes just went past, which kind of annoys me, but anyway. So hope you enjoyed the trip. Brought back good memories for me, seeing the church, and then up onto Taliban. And I think the last time I was on Taliban, I had to kind of cut the trip short because the sole of my shoe ripped off, or something. I have like a vague memory of that. It was a while ago, but anyway, hope you enjoyed that. A bit of a mixture. Old church, views from the top, burial chamber. Probably not the longest film I've ever made, but although it was a beautiful walk, kind of the conditions meant kind of it was tough to get images, so maybe got 3 kind of separate sets of images. But can't complain, out and about. It's end of November. Got a second then. Thought I'd lost my hat, but it's in my pocket. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one, which hopefully will be before Christmas. See you, bye.